Hey guys, it's Jesse from GrawlixPodcast.com. This is day 49 and day 50 of the hashtag SCS challenge. This is the end of the road for this round of the challenge anyways. And so let's go with day 49. Day 49 was best video game, and I'm going to have to parrot what a lot of people have been saying, and that is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. But I mean, like, along with that game, I would also say the X-Men arcade game from, before that era. So like the one where you got to be Nightcrawler or Colossus or Cyclops, or, I mean, there were a lot of options, but I really enjoyed that game. And there was another game that was basically the same game engine. Basically, they were just doing the same thing. I don't know which one even came first, but there was an Avengers version of that game too, which played very similarly. Basically, any of these games where you could have four people just going around on the screen at the same time, awesome. Okay, but I liked a lot of really bad video games too. Like, I really dug the X-Men Spider-Man game for Super Nintendo. It wasn't the greatest game or anything, but I always liked arcade because he's just a campy, ridiculous bad guy, and you got to be Gambit, and it was kind of a difficult side scroller, but I kind of enjoyed it anyways. Day 50. So day 50, I'm not completely clear on. So I mean, I'll throw a couple of answers out here, and one of them will work. One of them will stick. Is it saddest comic, or is it like saddest final issue, like saddest goodbye issue, or just goodbye issue? So I'm gonna start with one that's not sad. I'm gonna start with a goodbye issue. The end of Our Friend Satan. And that was not sad, but it was an awesome ending. The ending to Our Friend Satan, and if you haven't checked it out, I think it's a creator-owned project. Started as kind of a webcomic where the first chapter or so was free online. So you can take a look for that. It's super fun. It's super fun, and irreverent. Turns things on its ears a little bit. I mean, you gotta be open-minded and maybe a little blasphemous. I don't know. Now, I mean, probably more in line with what you guys are talking about here. One of the sadder final comics in a run for me was the end of We 3, which, if you haven't read that one, that's a Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely. I don't know. Quitely. Frank Quitely. We're just going to call him that. That's his name now. It's about these weaponized animals. There's like a bunny, there's a cat, and there's a dog, and they get these robot suits, and they can communicate in kind of a broken language, and but being in these mech suits and being these weapons for the government is slowly killing them, and they escape is kind of the crux of the story. It's not a very long story. It's like 3 issues long, but I really like how in the end at least 2 of the animals survive and escape and find a new home and get to live on. And so, I mean, it's sad, but it's also kind of uplifting, and we don't get enough of that in our stories. And speaking of sad and sort of uplifting, but in a totally horrible way, the end of The Crow was really poignant for me too. Another one of those where it's really sad, but we have a lot of vengeance stories in our comics. We've got the Ghost Rider, we've got the Spectre for DC. We get these spirits of vengeance, right? And they get out there and they do their thing. I mean, the Spawn even is kind of a spirit of vengeance, but they never get to have their vengeance and find peace. The Crow is one of those strange story examples where at the end, finally gets to go home, finally gets to be reunited with Shelley, and just kind of lay down and. The end line is pretty poignant. It's he's pledged to her forever, and she's only forever. Well, forever's now. So, yeah, it sticks with me. It still sticks with me. So, yeah, those are my answers. It's been fun this round. When we did a second round, I thought, we just had one. How are we going to top it? How am I going to top puppets? How am I going to top sticking a knife in the rule book? How am I going to top all this stuff? But Funky on a Saturday was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun this time around. Literally gave pieces of myself into this challenge. I lost my gallbladder out of the thing. Okay, I just lost my gallbladder. Anyways, I'm belaboring the point because you don't want it to end. but it's got to end. It's got to end sometime. So if you want to hear more of our shenanigans, find us on grawlixpodcast.com. You can find us on the Twitter at grawlixpodcast, and you can see my shenanigans on Facebook and Twitter and all over the place. I'm at Jesse Kiefer, or Kiefer Jesse. I'm one of those. It's at Jesse Kiefer on the Twitters. And I'll be around, and I'll be chiming in with stuffs. So, and if you would like to keep feeding us like crazy questions, either for the show or just for like a video like this, I do the Slap a Grawlix on It series on our YouTube channel, and I'd love to continue doing that, or do a challenge style quick round of Slap a Grawlixes. So just keep your ears open and your eyes peeled, and we'll talk at you later. This has been Jesse for Grawlix Podcast, signing off.